This is the entire H2 math timeline for all J2s next year in 2026 so that you know what to expect throughout the whole year gearing towards your A levels. Now in my previous video, I went through JC1 timeline, and this video is actually a continuation of that because usually for the J1 syllabus, after you have learned vectors, you all will immediately learn the next few topics, which is the last few topics of the pure math syllabus. So you have Maclaurin, differential, and complex numbers. And typically these three topics will be covered after your promos, before your holiday, and then they start a little bit during term 1 of J2 as well. Now this obviously would vary from school to school, and the sequence will also vary as well. But typically what your school will want to do is that they will want to start immediately on statistics, which is the bulk of the J2 syllabus, as quickly as in term 1. And you can expect permutation and combination and probability, these two topics, to be covered for your first block test or your first exam in term 1, right? And because your A level is in November, which means that your prelim needs to be conducted in September for there to be enough time to revise, right? So what your school will want to do is that before your September holidays, they will want you to faster finish all the statistic topics before your prelims. That is why I have left all the topics in sequence. So after probability is discrete random variables, normal distribution, sampling, hypothesis testing, and regression and correlation up until the middle of term 3. Because some schools might leave the last topic after prelims because it's really packed, but that is a rare case, but I'm just accounting for that over here in case your school might do so. But typically what we usually see for all schools is that they would try to pack everything by the end of term 2. So you can see that by the end of term 2, everything is done, right? They will try to do that, and it's very packed. If not, they would try to finish everything by the mid of term 3, and that gives you enough time to revise before your holiday at the end of term 3, which is 1 week, and then that's where your promo start after that. So a comfortable pace that you have would be something that looks like that, right? You have all the way until the end of term 3, and then holiday, start your prelims. If not, usually schools would try to cover it by the mid of term 3, and that's where you have enough time over here to do your revision for all the topics before your actual prelims itself. But as you can see, right, I'm just going to give you a bird's eye view of everything. The whole timeline for the JC syllabus is very packed. You have 10 pure math topics and you have 6 statistics topics, all of which have varying depth but are all pretty complicated. And you have 16 topics to be covered in 1.5 years, right? You can do the math yourself, and you know that in this 1.5 years, you also have holidays. So imagine during school time how rushed that would be. And that is why it's very important to have a strong foundation from the start, so that by the time you make it towards the end, you have a strong foundation that does not require much revision to begin with.